Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good morning, everybody. Today, inshallah, I'll complete with you simplifying surd. I want to remember with me what does it mean by a surd. A surd is a number written specially using roots. A surd is a number written especially using roots. Okay? Our lesson today in page 353. I want from you to know this important information. If I have two numbers under a square root multiplied with each other, like square root of a times b, that's to say we can put square root for a multiply square root of b. Like this example, if I have a square root of 3 times 4, that's to say square root of 12, and I can split them into square root of 3 multiply square root of 4. The second information, if I have a square root for a over b fraction, you can give the square root for a alone and b alone. So square root of a fraction can split it into square root for numerator over square root of denominator, like this. If I have a square root of 81 over square root of 49 equal square root of 81 over square root of 49. Square root of 81, as you know, 9, and square root of 49 is 7. So please don't forget these two important informations. And also don't forget, when find factors, try to find the longest possible factor that is perfect square. As I explained to you in the last period, if we have a square root of 72, I can factorize this 72 into 9 multiply 8. And as I said here, we can find square root of 9 alone times the square root of 8. Square root of 9 equal 3. And I have to complete factorizing 8. 8 comes from 4 multiply 2. So I can write the problem as 3 multiply square root of 4 multiply square root of 2, like this. And as you see, I'll take 3, square root of 4 equal 2, and a square root of 2 is still 2. So here, 3 multiply 2 multiply square root of 2 equal 3 multiply 2 equals 6 times square root of 2. Let's take this example. I want to add square root of 12 plus square root of 3. We can't add them in this form, but in the beginning I have to factorize the number under the square root that I can factorize it and reach with the two square root to be the same, like we have here square root of 3 and here square root of 3. Okay, like this. Take care. Square root of 12 can be square root of 4 multiply 3 plus square root of 3. So I'll change square root of 12 into square root of 4 times 3 plus square root of 3, like this. Now I'll split them into two squares. Square root of 4 multiply square root of 3. This is the first term, which is the square root of 12 plus square root of 3. Now I have a square root. I have the answer of square root of 2 is 2, and I have here in two terms, in this term and that one, we have 2 square root of 3 and 1 square root of 3. So I'll write a square root of 3 just one time and add 2 plus this invisible 1. So again, if I have square root of 12 plus square root of 3, I can't add them together. In the beginning, I'll change square root of 12 into 4 times 3. And then find the plus square root of 3. And then find the square root of 4 multiply square root of 3 plus square root of 3. Square root of 4 equal 2 times the square root of 3 plus square root of 3. Now I have one term, two term. The square root of 3 repeated, so I'll take it just one time and add the numbers. 2 plus 1 equal 3. Important. Another example, he asked us to express as the square root of a single number. Express as the square root of a single number. I have 5 square root of 6. I want to make both of them as 1 square root. How? This 5 out from the square root, it was equal what under the square root? This 5 of course was 25 under the square root. So to take this 5, return it again under the square root, I'll change it into square root of 25. Also because square root of 25 equal 5. So to take this 5 under the square root, it will be 25. So now I have square root of 25 multiply square root of 6. I can use them under one square root. Yes, we can. Like this. Square root of 25 times 6 equal square root of 150. By this way, I express as a square root of a single number. I change this whole number and the square root into just one single number. So to take 5 under square root again, it will be 25. And here is square root of 6. So square root of 25 times square root of 6 equal, I can put both of them under one square root, so equal 150. Okay. Now let's see or solve some problems. I'll start with you in exercise 3, page 354. Exercise 3, page 354. 354. Open your book, please. Page 354. Exercise 3. Exercise 3. Which problems I want from exercise 3? I want number 2, number 4, number 6, number 13, and also number 10, number 14. These problems are from exercise 3. Okay. Don't forget we have 2 periods today, so I'll solve more with you. Again, page 534, exercise 3. I want number 2, 4, 6, 10, 13, and 14. Okay. Bismillah, let's start number 2. I'll write here. Exercise 3, page 354, number 2. In number 2, he said to me, simplify square root of 18. Simplify a square root of 18. So, I find the factors of 18. Factors of 18 is 9 multiply 2. We can put it 18 times 1, yes, but I want to find the perfect square. So, also I can make it square root of 9 times the square root of 2. Now, square root of 9 equal 3. Multiply square root of 2, so I can put them beside each other like this. This is question number 2. Simplify square root of 18. I'll change 18 into 2 factors, 9 and 2, multiplying with each other. Square root of 9 multiply square root of 2. Square root of 9 equal 3, and square root of 2 still the same. The final answer is 3 square root of 2. Okay. I want question number 4. Question number 4, we have 3 square root of 45, and he asked me to simplify. Okay. 3 will still 3. Square root of 45 change into 9 multiply 5. Square root of 9 multiply 5, like this. And 3 still 3. Square root of 9 times the square root of 5, like this. 3 still 3. Multiply square root of 9 equal 3, and the square root of 5 is still the same. Now I'll multiply the two numbers together, so it will be 9 square root of 5. 9 square root of 5. So again, I have 3 square root of 45. He asked me to simplify it. 3 outside the square root still the same. 45 under square root change into 9 multiply 5. And then I have square root of 9 multiply square root of 5. 3 outside the square root still the same. Multiply the answer of square root of 9 equal 3. And square root of 5, keep it in sort as it is. Now all of them multiplied with each other, so multiply the two whole numbers together. 3 times 3 equal 9. Multiply square root of 5, so this is the final answer. 9 square root of 5 for question number 4. Let's solve question number 6. I am still in exercise 3, page 355, question number 3. Question number 3, he asked me to simplify square root of 32 minus 2 square root of 2. What I said to you? I said to you we have to find the same square roots to apply us to add them or minus them. So now I think how I solve this or simplify square root of 32. 32 comes from 4 times 8, okay? And we can put it as square root of 4 times square root of 8. Square root of 4 equal 2. Square root of 8 we can change it into 4 multiply 2. So it will be square root of 4 times the square root of 2. So now I have 2 multiply 2 multiply square root of 2. Finally, I reach to make it 4 square root of 2. So again, I have a square root of 32. The factors of 32 are 4 times 8. Separate square root for 4 and separate square root for 8. Square root of 4 equal 2. Square root of 8 can change it into 4 times 2. And then square root of 4 equal 2. Square root of 2 still square root of 2. Now I have 2 times 2 equal 4 square root of 2. Now I simplified the square root of 32 to 4 square root of 2. Okay? And what I have subtraction. Subtraction. 2 square root of 2. Okay? 2 square root of 2, I'll keep it as it is. And the simplification of square root of 32, which is 4 square root of 2 minus 2 square root of 2. Okay, you see? As you see, I have a square root. So I'll write it just one time. Square root of 2. And open brackets. What's left here? 4 minus 2. So equal 2. I can arrange them like this. This answer is 2 times square root of 2. Put them in order, the number first and the root. So the answer will be 2 square root of 2. Question number 6. So again, I can't add square root of 32. I can't minus square root of 32 minus 2 square root of 2. Okay? But I have to simplify this square root of 32. Make it 4 times 8. Find the answer of 4, which is 2. You can change 8 into 4 times 2, like this. And finally, the simplification will be 4 square root of 2. So I change square root of 32 into 4 square root of 2 minus 2 square root of 2 minus 2 square root of 2. Now I have 4 square root of 2 minus 2 square root of 2. I'll write square root of 2 just one time. What are the numbers I have to subtract? 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2. The answer here is 2. So 2 multiply square root of 2. Let's arrange it. It will be 2 square root of 2. This is the answer of question number 6. I'm still with you in exercise 3, page 354. I solved with you number 2, number 4, number 6. Now I want to solve number 10. Take care, please. Attention. Let's go to your book and read. He said for question from 8 to 10, express as a square root of a single number. So instead of writing as number and square root, I want to change them into single number. Square root of single number. I solve number 10. Number 10 is 3 square root of 6. Now I want to take a 3 under square root. This 3 comes from where? Comes from 3 times 3 under the square root. So it will be 9. Multiply square root of 6. So I change this 3 into square root of 9. I change the 3 into square root of 9. Multiply square root of 6, so multiply square root of 6, like this. Now I can write them in under one square root. 9 times 6, like this. So equal 9 times 6 equal 45. So 3 square root of 6, how I can express it as a square root of single number. I'll take this 3, return it again under the square root. So this 3 comes from 3 times 3 under square root. That's to say comes from 9. This multiply by square root of 6. So square root of 9 multiply square root of 6. Put them under one square root. Find the answer, 50 square root of 54. This is number 10. I am still with you in exercise 1, page 354. I solved it with you number 2, number 4, number 6, number 10, and now I want to solve number 13. In number 13, he asked me simplify. Simplify what? Square root of this fraction, 36 over 81. Square root of fraction 36 over 81. I said to you, we can write it as square root of 36 over square root of 81. And now find the answer. What is the square root of 36? Is 6. What is the square root of 81? Is 9. So the answer is 6 over 9. The answer is 6 over 9. So again, square root of fraction 36 over 81, I can change it into square root of 36 over square root of 81. Square root of 36 equals 6, square root of 81 equals 9, and also you can simplify this fraction divided by 3 up and 3 down. It will be 2 over 3. If you want to simplify it, divided by 3 up and 3 down. So to simplify this fraction under square root, you will find the square root for the denominator and the square root for the denominator. Square root of 36 equals 6, square root of 81 equals 9. To simplify this fraction, divide by 3 up and down. The final answer is 2 over 3. Okay. I am still with you in exercise 14. Please open your book and read exercise 14 alone. I'm still in exercise 3, page 354, question number 14. Let's read the problem. In question number 14, he said, question number 14, a rectangle has sides of length square root of 12 and the square root of 27. So the dimension of this rectangle, square root 12, square root 27. Find the area, the perimeter, and the length of a diagonal, expressing each answer as a surd in its simplest form. Okay, let's draw the problem. He said rectangle. Okay, rectangle. Dimension square root 27, square root 12, like this. Square root 27, square root 12. He asked about the area. What is the formula of area? Area of rectangle equal length multiply width. So the area equal square root of 27 multiply square root of 12, like this. And as you know, we can put them under one square root, 27 times 12. Okay, multiply 27 times 12, you will find the answer square root of 324. The square root of this 324 equal 18. So this is the area, unit square. So again, this is a rectangle with dimension square root of 27, square root of 12. He asked me to find the area of this rectangle, and the area is length multiply width. So I'll multiply square root 27 times the square root of 12 and put them under one square root. Find the product equal 324. So now I have square root 324. It is 18 times 18. So the answer is 18 unit square because it's an area. Okay? He said to me, find the perimeter. How I can find the perimeter? As you know, perimeter is sum of all sides. So I'll add length plus width plus length plus width, or 2 multiply length plus 2 multiply width. Okay, so we can say 2 open brackets length plus width, like this, or 2 multiply by length and 2 multiply by width. We can write it as you like, 2L plus 2W. It's up to you. This is a perimeter. Perimeter is the sum of all sides for any shape. And we call it circumference, as you know, in case of circle. So here I want to find 2L plus 2W. How? Let's take it. Perimeter equal 2L plus 2W. So I'll take 2 square root of 12 plus 2 square root of 27. That's okay. But I can't add the square root of 12 and the square root of 27. So I want to factorize this square root of 27. And also factorize this square root of 12. Okay? Here, this 12, L2 is still 2. L12 will be 4 multiply 3. Plus, let's make circle around the plus. 2 and this 27, I'll change it into 9 multiply 3. So take care please. I factorize the 12 into 4 multiply 3 plus 27 into 9 multiply 3. Okay, so I can make it 2 square root of 4 square root of 3 plus 2 square root of 9 square root of 3. It's okay. Now this 2 multiplied by 2, the answer of square root of 4, multiplied by square root of 3, plus this 2 and the square root of 9 equal 3. The relation between them multiplication, or the operation between them multiplication. And here multiply square root of 3. Okay, now I have 4 square root of 3 plus 6 square root of 3. 4 square root of 3 and 6 square root of 3. I have the same square root of 3, so I'll write it just one time. square root of 3 and add these two numbers. 6 plus 4 equal 10. And this is the answer of question number 14, the perimeter. So again, the perimeter is 2L plus 2W. 2 times the square root of 12 plus 2 times the square root of 27. I factorize 12 into 4 times 3. I factorize 27 into 9 times 3. Now 2 multiply square root of 4 multiply square root of 3 plus 2 multiply square root of 9 square root of 3. 2 multiply 2, which is the answer of square root of 4, times the square root of 3 equal 4 square root of 3 plus 2 multiply 3 is the answer of square root of 9 multiply square root of 3, so 6 square root of 3. Now I have addition problem. 4 square root 3 plus 6 square root 3. I'll write square root 3 just one time and add 4 plus 6 equal 10 square root 3. This is the problem. He said to me, find the area. I found the area equal 18. Find the perimeter. The perimeter equal 10 square root of 3. And he asked me also to find the diagonal. Let's see. This is the rectangle again. And the dimension, square root 27, square root of 12. Like this. He asked me find the diagonal. Where is the diagonal? This. Okay. I want to find the length of the red segment. Of course, all of us know that from the properties of rectangle that all the angles are right angles. So here I have right angle, 90. So I can find this length, what we call it hypotenuse, in this right angle triangle by Pythagoras theorem. So to find the length of the diagonal, which is hypotenuse in this right angle triangle, we can find that by Pythagoras theorem, because the rectangle has 4 right angles. Now I have right angle triangle. This side is square root of 12. This side is square root of 27, and I want to find the hypotenuse. To find the diagonal, which is hypotenuse, I have to make it a square. I said to you, if you want to find the hypotenuse, square the two lengths and add them together. So I want square root 27 square plus square root 12 square. According to Pythagoras theorem, to find the diagonal square, which is hypotenuse in this red triangle, diagonal square equal square root 27 square plus square root 12 square. Okay. Square root 27 square is 27. Square root 12 square is 12. And here the diagonal is square. Now I'll add 2 plus 7 equal 9, and here 3. So to find the diagonal itself, I have to find the square root of this 39. I'll put it under square root. Let me explain to you another side. Diagonal, which is hypotenuse square, equal, I said square root of 27 square, which is 27, plus square root 12 square, which is 12. So now I have 39 equal diagonal square. I want to find the diagonal only. I want to find the diagonal only, so square root for both sides. So here the diagonal equal square root 39. Okay, this is square root 39. We can say it, we can keep it as it is, or it will be 3 times 13. Okay, so the diagonal is square root of 39 or square root 3 times 13. One of them I can take it outside the square root. Okay. Because the diagonal is a hypotenuse in this rectangle. I'll stop now and complete with you the second period. Thank you. Best wishes.